Gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. Young Thug speaks out for the first time, sits down with GQ magazine. Make sure you watch this video all the way through. You get to get Young Thug speaking instead of seeing him sitting in a courtroom, and you get to get into his mind. Make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel at Unique Mecca Audio, Juanita, Mecca Audio, and this program is sponsored by Cashbox. All right. All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. We here. This is Young Thug sitting down with GQ magazine. The brother has made it. Let's give him a round of applause. Let's give him a round of applause. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, relax, y'all. Relax, relax. Young Thug has made it. He's on GQ magazine. This is not, no disrespect, but this is not Source magazine or XX magazine or Rap Pages magazine. This is GQ magazine that this man has landed on the cover of, just coming out of fighting a RICO case down in Atlanta, Georgia. So this is what real life looked like, just so you know and just so you understand. Now we're going to play this video and we're going to see how he feels about his new album and life after jail. And, you know, let's see what's going on.
10 minutes before we start recording this, news broke that the state of Georgia is seeking to revoke your probation. You might not know a lot right now. Do you know anything?
What kind of jacket is that?
That's Young Thug, but you probably knew that.
Subject.
Since breaking out in 2011, he's defined the sound of Atlanta rap, which means he's defined the sound of rap music in general. His roving, restless voice, his out-of-this-world style, his playfulness, all of this has led him to the very top of the industry. He sold a lot of records and influenced a lot of other artists. He's also had about as dramatic and difficult the last few years as a person can have. In October, after spending more than 2 years in jail before even being convicted of anything, he accepted a non-negotiated plea deal and a complicated and drawn-out RICO trial. Since then, he's been in Miami and here in Los Angeles, working on a new album called UY Scooty, named after one of the biggest known stars in the universe. Right when we were about to start filming, something happened. Here's me that night, trying to explain what we knew about the situation.
So I'm standing on the set of our Young Thug video cover shoot. Literally 10 minutes before our interview started, news broke that the state of Georgia was seeking to revoke Young Thug's probation.
How would you feel if you was Young Thug and you're about to sit down to do the biggest interview with one of the biggest mainstream worldwide magazines in the world, and the news break that they're about to try and revoke your probation and send you back to prison for 15 years when you only been home less than 6 months? That's what Young Thug was going through. How do you feel about that? That's what I want to know. You know, how would you feel in that situation? I know we're not going to put yourself in that situation, but we have to know how to flip it so we be able to understand when people that we're close to wind up in these situations, how they wound up there, because we was able to put ourselves in their shoes. That's called empathy. Okay, let's keep it moving.
We don't totally know what that means at the moment. I don't even think he does. But Young Thug wanted to do the interview anyway. So we did it, as you'll see. I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen. So take this as what it is, a specific and very chaotic moment in time.
Dramatic, right? Less than 24 hours later, a judge denied the motion. That night, Young Thug was courtside at a Lakers game.
So you want to say it?
Give me the what? Sure.
Say Medicaid 3.
Okay.
Take 1.
Do I got to close it?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Boom.
fair take 3.
Hell yeah. Action.
Hey, yo, I'm talking about Young Thug came from this. I mean, I really want you to try and put yourself in his shoes so you could understand the overwhelmment that he's feeling right now. How joyful and joyous is feeling right now to him. This is surreal, is how he's looking at it.
I think I have to ask about the mask first.
See, right now, Young Thug is showing that he's his own person, and I'm creating a new identity. Right now, he's creating. That's why he's hiding his face, because he haven't figured out who he is yet after coming home, being away for 3 years. So he got to sit back, watch the YouTube, check out Unique Mecca audio, you know what I mean? And do what he got to do to see what's going on. All right?
I don't feel like people should see me. I mean, a scientist
see.
can just like fucking reconstruct, like do something with the mask and like get a clear picture. But just like, I don't know, hidden scars and just hiding things, you know?
There's
Hidden scars. So you understand. A hidden scar, right? Because we ride. A hidden scar is him sitting in that jail cell for 3 years, looking through legal papers till his eyes going bad. A hidden scar is him getting up every morning at 3 o'clock, knowing that court is not starting till 10 o'clock, and sitting there sleeping on cold cement prison benches. That's a hidden scar. That's the hidden scar that I want y'all to understand what's going on. And I don't want y'all to get caught up on nothing different. I want you to really understand what is going on. This man has just went through hell on earth. And we don't recommend that for no one over here at Unique Mecca Audio. That's why our great President Donald Trump is showing you that if you mess up and you are homegrown, they got somewhere to send you. When someone tell you what they're going to do with you, you better believe them. Don't sit there and play those games like, oh, you know, they just talking, oh, this and that. No. When a person tell you who he is and what they plan on doing to you, it's time to believe them. Let's keep it moving.
There's got to be like a vibe or a spiritual feeling or something that is channeling you into this place.
I just feel big, you know? Name my album is U.Y. Scooty. I feel like I'm one of the biggest stars. I did a lot foundating this culture and, you know, like the new rap game that's happening right now. I'm like out of this world.
That
Not
was
like God though.
not like God though.
No.
Just like an artist.
Yeah. Under
Like-
God. Under God, for sure.
Was there a moment when that realization arrived?
Yeah, I was actually in court. I was on trial.
Oh, you were on trial?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You didn't know I was on trial?
Oh, he got jokey jokes.
You had lyrics of yours used against you in court. How'd that feel?
I feel kind of crazy and cool because it's like, oh, everybody listen to me, you know?
Yeah.
But crazy, like the first fucking amendment is freedom of speech. Like it's crazy. Well, third or fourth, but like the top 5.
If I understand correctly, part of the terms of the probation are like there's certain things you can't talk about, right? On records now?
Like I can't do nothing like gang things or stuff like that on the internet.
Right.
I could really talk about what I want to talk about in music.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Okay. So it didn't feel inhibited in any way on the new record? Didn't change the way?
Nah. I normally like rap about cool things, you know? I just got like a few lyrics where I just rap about street stuff.
Uh-huh.
And those are the lyrics that they try to use against me. But
Yeah.
most of the time, I don't rap about that type of stuff, you know?
Does it make you think twice about rapping about street stuff?
Yeah, because just like the impact that you got on the community, the youth, and not because of like the law. It's more so just like realistically, like kids actually listen to us. Like, all right, we got to like dumb it down. So, you know, I listen to like new rappers now, and I'm like, my kid can't listen to that. That's great.
Really?
So I'd be like, damn, like so contradictory.
What can you say about the experience of being incarcerated for more than 2 years?
It was real.
Yeah.
Don't want to deal with it again, but definitely it was real.
Were there moments if you wondered if you would ever get out?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Are you thinking about yourself, your family, your career? Like, where does the mind go?
Family. kids, just, career was like last. That was like relevant.
Really? Because you I mentioned this before, but you went in at the kind of at the height, the pinnacle. I could see wondering oh, am I going to get that back?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll get it back.
Because as an outsider, it was crazy to watch. It's oh my God.
Heard what he said. He was talking to the true boss. He didn't say, sure, I will get it back. He said, I'm pretty sure we will get it back. That means that this is a king that's always looking out for his team. That's how you can see someone's heart just by the words that they come out their mouth. We got an old saying, because we ride. That old saying is, you don't know a fool until he opens his mother effing mouth. Just so you understand where you at. But he actually said just what you heard him say.
Yeah.
This guy is at the top of the craft, and now he can't do the thing that he does.
It happens like that sometimes.
Does it happen like that?
I said sometimes.
Sometimes. I think it would be human to feel in that situation like a great injustice is being done to me. Did you ever feel that way?
Absolutely. Every day.
Really? Every day?
Yeah. Innocent man.
It ended up being the longest criminal trial in Georgia history, I think.
Yes.
Something so crazy that never had happened before happened, and you were at the center of it. Did it feel personal?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hopefully personal.
Yeah.
But shit, we made it back.
Is that a crazy?
You notice how he keeps saying we? That's why I'm doing this, so y'all understand what's going on, because I'm going to give you a gangster's perspective at all times, so you understand. And just so you know, this program is sponsored by Cashbox. I'm going to give you a little drop in a minute. But check it out, Ron. Be on the lookout for Cashbox. But he's really letting it be known that this is where he's at right now. Not crying over spilled milk. Moving forward, but knowing that he feels that it's a great injustice going on to him every day. But that's the spirit that's going to turn into the fuel that's going to move him forward. And what had him accomplish the new album that's getting ready to drop, that we're getting ready to see if he's ready for us or what after 3 years away. So we'll decide, did he jump into the rap game too soon? Or did he jump in where he fit in because he's a trendsetter, so he could never be too soon or too late? Let's keep it moving.
Feeling to be I'm this big and I'm also in a cell?
Yeah. I think I'm too big for jail, but I think I'm not too big for God.
Yeah.
So because you are you, I Scooty.
Tough to feel bigger than the jail when you're. You guys are my parents, except you're going to go home and listen to the record maybe.
Yeah, you parenting me and telling me you the fucking one, bro. What you say on this song? What? It's just so crazy.
That
wow.
must.
See, right there, I could relate to what he's saying, right? Because we're going to ride. I went in federal prison at 29 years old and came home at 56 years old. As I went in as a child. I'm wild. I allegedly, did something to police, wound up in ADX and wound up getting hit in the head with a lock and wound up getting sent over to one prison with a big riot going on, and then then they sent me to another joint. Then a correction officer got killed in the prison that I was at, and then they sent me to another joint. And this is what's going on, and this is what I'm trying to prevent y'all from wanting to go down. That's why I went through the whole road of my turmoil that I went through, that this young man, God willing, just avoided. All these is the scars and the pain that he spoke about, so you understand. That's why I decided to break this down, where I'm going to give it to you raw, just like it is. It's hard doing time, and you don't want to do time. So I'm telling you that you don't want to do time. And I just did 26 years of my life in prison. When I went in, my daughter was 18 months. I came home, she was going on 27 years old. Come on, man. Somebody help me understand this. All right.
Must be a very insane feeling.
Yes, I think God put me in there for a reason, and I know.
Yeah, what's the
friends
reason?
situation, I don't know. I think like because I always felt like I was a good guy, so it was like, why do I got to go to jail for you to like show me something? Why you just can't tell? I guess I was just hard-headed.
See what he said? Sometimes we have to go to jail in order for us to sit down and listen to our higher power. That happens all the time. Then you get people out here that never been to jail, never been in real life's detriment struggles, that'll turn around and they'll say, you know, oh, he went to jail because, you know, he wanted to go to jail. You know, not knowing his environments that led him up to that phase, and knowing that God needed to sit him down and he's not listening any other place or time. So he puts him in a prison cell where he's in a 4x8. Now he has no choice but to get with his thoughts and get with his teachings of God. So men go in prison and they find religion, and the people out here say that, oh, now he go to jail and he's a Christian. It don't matter where he go, become a Christian. Now he go to jail, become a Muslim. It don't matter where he goes to become a Muslim, as long as he becomes a Muslim or Christian or Buddha, Jehovah. But just find that higher power and believe that you're not that supernatural super trigger. And that's why he said that. He questioned, like, why me? If y'all remember, because you know I love to ride. If y'all remember, if you don't remember or don't know, please read Job in the Bible. Job lost everything because the devil went to God and said, I guarantee you I could take any one of your followers and I could make them forsake you. And he suggested Job, and he said, just don't take his life. And he lost sheep, his wealth, family members, everything going down the chain. It was just, you know, and then he even gave him like leprosy, polo spots all on his body. And then he asked him, do you forsake your God now? And he said, never will I forsake my God. And of course, God gave it back to him in abundance. I know this is a Sunday sermon, but y'all can make a short out of that. All right. But now, check it out. Like I said, a lot of jewels that ride. Let's get back to this tape. I'm gonna get back to that because I like to ride. I want to keep y'all where you're supposed to be at because I go into something else.
And I think I love people so much to the point where the only thing that'll make me not love you anymore or just like dislike you is like betrayal, like real life betrayal when life is dependent on it.
Is that something you felt like was happening?
Betrayal happening every day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know that. I mean, you gotta ask. I feel betrayed. I feel fucking jaded. Like, it's crazy.
Does it feel good?
Of course he feel betrayed. He sat there on the stand and watched the men that he trusted, the men that he helped when they was in the situation that he was in, turned their backs on him and work for the other side. And you ask him, do he feel betrayed? Would you feel betrayed? Always put yourself in the next person's shoes, because as we ride as we do. While I was in 80X Supermax, it was a case manager named Givens. Givens said the one thing to me that I'm going to take to my grave. Case manager Givens said to me, he said, Unique, when you did what you did to those correction officers to wind up in this Supermax prison, did you put yourself in his shoes that this was a young white guy, 23 years old, that never seen a black guy because they don't watch black movies, because there is no black movies, and now he's in front of you? So do you think that your cultures are going to be different in a form of clashing. And it made sense. And he said, next time when you leave here, take this with you for the rest of your life. And I want to thank you, Mr. Gibbons. If he watching this, y'all know him. He worked at 88 Supermax. And I took this with me. And this would help me to get out of prison. And this is one of the reasons I only served 26 years, because I avoided a lot of problems. Because I learned to do as Mr. Gibbons said, put myself in the next person's shoes and ask myself if they're disrespecting me. In other words, if I were to put myself in the shoes and know if this is a white guy, grew up in Pennsylvania around Amish country, never been around a black guy, that his actions wasn't meant as a disrespect, but where I came from was a disrespect, so I popped off. And it cost me 5 years in ADX. So I learned from Mr. Gibbons to put myself in the next person's shoes. All right?
We're going to be standing here right now then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To be out.
Like, you knew you were going to see that again.
Absolutely. I would like talk on the phone with my lawyer and things, and he'll be like, he got like houses in the mountains and things. He'll show me.
You see, all he's saying is that he kept the faith, man. Like I was saying about Job, he kept the faith.
Oh, that's how we still like kind of seeing the scenery. It was 2.5 years. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Going from this to like a jail cell is nuts.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Be constrained in what you can say and not say, but you ultimately did decide to plead guilty to 6 counts. That a difficult decision?
Absolutely. Just pleading guilty to something you know that you didn't do or you're not, that's not yours is crazy. But you get a chance to keep fighting and then worry about the juror's fate or you just go ahead now. Go home. It's like, shit, go home.
Still feels like the right decision now?
Yeah.
Are you like domestic? Are you in the house?
Yeah, for the most part.
Really?
My girl, she be...
Your girl's Mariah the Scientist, right?
Yeah.
Are y'all like on the couch watching shows?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Just like total domestic
Sometimes
bliss.
you gotta come get me from where I'm at. Sometimes I don't want to go home. She's just like,
she gotta come grab you.
Right.
She was in court supporting you, right?
Yeah.
That must have meant something to you.
Absolutely.
There's this song on the record.
You see how he said absolutely when he asked that she must have meant something to him? And you see how he answered that real nonchalant? That was because as a gangster, he knows that's what she's supposed to do. I raised her. And that's what that response was. Because I know y'all didn't understand that, but I'm just letting you know. See how he shrugged it off, you know? Oh, absolutely. You know what I mean? She wouldn't do anything different. Let's keep it moving.
That is like so raw, or you guys are basically just singing to each other.
Yeah.
So confessional that I was like, I wonder if they thought twice about sharing this with people.
Nah. It's
No?
music. It's just like, there's people all over the world going through that.
It felt very intimate though.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is something there that relate to you?
Yeah. Of course. I mean, you hear,
That's
right.
good.
All right. That's your point, right? That's art.
That's good.
Yeah. But it's like you're putting a lot of yourself out there in that art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's your job.
You think so?
As an artist, that's your job. What else is to talk about? You want to talk about clothes and shoes, or you want to talk about real things? Like things that people could feel forever, like come see, you know?
Yeah. Although there's a great tradition of
Right.
songs about clothes and shoes too.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Sometimes you got to do that too. I do that to like keep people up to par with what to wear.
Yeah.
So the young guys that's looking up to me, that want to know what coat this is and what thermals these are, those guys could be like, oh, this what it is.
I do need to know what thermals are. We're gonna need to know.
I'll tell you off camera.
Okay. All right. I accept. You mentioned your own new record earlier, UY Scooty. Did it feel the same as it felt before? Like when you came back and started doing it again, did it come easy? Did it come hard?
It came easy. I never lost it. I never lost it. I
Never
wrote music
lost it.
in jail and like, I just listen to music sometimes in court and like things like that. So I never like lost it. I was still up to par on like what was going on, you know?
Did it feel like making other records?
No, it's a whole different feeling for sure.
How so?
Cause you just like, just in court fighting for your life. Now you like in the studio at home, surrounded by love and beats.
One thing I noticed about the record is you can really hear like every word. Hear your voice. It's like high in the mix. There's not a lot of effects. It's like the voice is right there. Was that deliberate? Was that something you thought about? Yeah.
I've told like my manager, I told G off like things like I just want to make music where you can actually hear me. Cause I always talk shit. I always talk that shit, but like sometimes you can't like hear it. Sometimes you're like, what are you saying? You know? Yeah. So it's like now like I feel like I'm new. I feel like I'm a new artist. I feel like I just came in the rap game again. Another thing I noticed about the record is, and I mentioned the song of Rye the Scientist earlier, but it's a very confessional record. It's like you talk about your mom. You talk about your feelings about being in the news. You talk about crying on like more than one song. It's like very raw. Did you set out to do that? Or is that just what happened when you kind of... It's always natural. When I record, it's always just like natural. Like however you feeling. Some days I might just feel happy and I just make like lit songs. Some days I just be like, not so happy. It's funny that you say that because there was like a part of me that walked away and I was like, this is kind of a record about being rich and sad. But maybe that's just my takeaway and I'm not right. Yeah. I don't think I speak about like being rich, like enrichment in the song. Yeah. I think you just think that I'm rich. And then I'm making a sad song. Sound like he's sad. You're like, damn, he's rich and sad. A big family. I know you guys are close. Yeah. Are you still around them? Absolutely. Well, I say, because if I understand correctly, tell me if I'm wrong, that like part of your probation is you can't go home, right? You can't go back to Atlanta? Yeah. Only for like certain things. Only for certain things. Yeah. Do you miss it? Atlanta? Yeah. Yeah. It's home. Yeah. Sometimes. I was already out of Atlanta before this case. Though. Oh, really? Yeah, I lived in LA. Like fully in LA? Yeah. Okay. Since like 2017. So you don't really feel like you're in exile or anything? Yes. You do? Absolutely. Well, if you can't go back, then I guess by definition, right? Can't go home. It's crazy. What does that feel like? It just feels like abuse. Before all this happened, I think Atlanta was like the center of rap culture. Do you think it still is? Absolutely. Yeah. We create the wave. You got other places that's popping for sure. Like everybody's popping now. Yeah. But like everybody still like sound like Atlanta or like move to Atlanta or rap about Atlanta. It's like you got artists from a whole other place rapping about Atlanta. Even if you're not there, I assume you still feel like one of the kind of leaders of that city. Yeah. Yeah. One of the guys that plowed Atlanta into the rap industry. You would put yourself in that category? Absolutely. Yeah. Who else would you put in that category? Future, Savage, Lil Baby, Migos, Tip, Andre 3000, Gucci. That's the Mount Rushmore right there. Absolutely. We got a lot.
Do y'all agree with that? Put it in the comments. Do y'all agree with that?
Kings in Atlanta.
Have you kept up with like rap in general? What do you think of the current like state of the art?
I'm a musician, so I don't think no music is bad or nothing is like wrong. Everything is just fire.
Well, it feels like when you were away, it was sort of dominated by this like Drake Kendrick thing, you know?
Yeah, for most of it.
Which I don't know if you have like a side in that. Atlanta kind of even got dragged in by Kendrick, which was interesting.
Yeah. He just like spoke on people's name in Atlanta. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. But I'm like a Drake fan.
Do you feel like it's like rap music in general is in a good place?
Yes. I think the numbers could be better, but yeah.
Oh, you mean like people could be selling more?
Yeah. I seen something about like the percentage in hip hop has like went down.
Oh, really?
I seen something like that when I was locked up. So.
Do you have a theory about why?
I think a lot of people like rapping about the same thing. And nobody is bringing like something that you can actually watch. You can enjoy the music and like enjoy the things that they do, but like we used to like make movies, you know? I think now it's just like quick. You got to get back to like movies. Like you got to get back to like to where like people respect it.
Why do you think they went away from that in the first place?
Because like it was just a big wave of like nothingness running the game. Like super simple videos, not really high price videos. Like that wave like came in really strong. So even the people that was doing high price videos, they started doing like regular videos because that's what was popping.
Yeah.
But I think now we did it so long to the point where we like comfortable with that and we don't want to do stuff like this no more that take time. Now we just like, man, let's just go ahead and shoot the video. Let's you know.
Yeah.
Instead of like a fucking day set, 2 day set, shit like that.
Yeah. What do you remember about like your early days as an artist when you think about those days now?
Just like being happy and like free.
I've heard interviews where you talked about kind of bruising early encounters with the industry. Like your deal with Gucci was like kind of weird, right? Or like even Lior, I've heard you say like that started out kind of weird, right?
Yeah, because we just didn't know each other.
Yeah.
We ended up being like good friends, mentors.
Did you like hold those dealings against them, you know, later on?
When I was younger, yeah. Because I just didn't realize and recognize like people's point of view or way of hustling. Now I have some of those similar ways of hustling and points of view. So now it's just like, oh, okay. Even when we got cool, like me and Leo got super cool, like he my mentor. Like even when we got like super cool, like I still didn't understand some of the things he did that I felt like he did back then. But now just like growing older and like owning a record label and doing things like that, it's like, okay, cool.
It does.
See, what he's basically saying is that he done grew, he done elevated, and right now he's comfortable where he at in his life. And when he was younger, he looked at things different from young eyes, and young eyes is just warrior eyes. That's young eyes. That's what he was looking at. And he's just basically saying that now that he's more mature, see their point of view, whether he agree with that point of view or not, that's another statement, but he could definitely see their point of view. And I want to take my time and explain that, and I want to really let y'all hear it right now because he's really speaking from the heart. So forgive me for not doing my regular yabbity, 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 yabbity.
Seemed like you made a point though with your label of maybe doing differently with artists than the way that people dealt with you.
Yeah, I don't be really like taking money from my artists and stuff like that. I just like to help people, you know.
One of those artists was Gunna. You guys did a ton of songs together.
Yeah.
Very successful on your label.
Yeah.
He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now.
Yeah. I know everybody wondering that.
What's it like?
I don't know.
I guess that's his own form of answer, huh?
You like to like plow.
I do, absolutely.
Deep into things.
Yeah. I'm a pro.
That whole speech you gave me earlier, like, yeah, I'm new to this shit. All this shit was just cap.
Oh, no, I'm new to the cameras. The interviewing.
Okay.
See, basically, Young Thug telling them like, yo, hold up, man. You know, you like the clown. You already know how I feel about him because I told you off camera how I feel about him. But now you want me to say it on camera, so you're going to clown and bring it up now while we on camera, knowing that I don't want to get in it because I told you off camera I didn't want to get into how I really feel about Gunna. That could be what he's saying. So for you rat bastards and flip-flop men and public trolls, don't go say Unique said. I'm letting you know that could be. All right?
I'm not remotely new to.
Yeah. I thought you was going to lie because I saw you a few times interviewing.
Those are the only ones I've done on camera. Do you have bigger ambitions for the label or just in general kind of going forward?
Yeah, we just pushing positivity, I mean, and we just going for the gusto. We trying to like kill the whole rap game and just like do it big and just help people in general, help society, help the communities we from, and just like be just so great, you know?
We've been walking through this insane house and we have not commented on one single thing, but I feel like we have to at least note that there's a giant bear behind you.
Like, what is this about?
Are you a taxidermy man? Do you remember how you first started rapping?
Maybe like 9 years old.
Really? It's a long time though before you start making records, right?
What you mean? Like making songs?
Like putting out albums.
Oh.
Mixtapes.
Why do some people call records, albums, records?
Which one is confusing? Album is record or record is album?
Yeah, that's how stupid that conversation statement is.
Okay, record is a song.
An album is an album.
Yeah. Bro, I'm 42 years old. A record is an album.
I mean, I didn't want to put age in it, but I was You know,
I'm like,
record is crazy. Like,
yeah.
you shouldn't be saying record at 42, maybe
Okay.
60.
Speaking of albums, I feel like I remember when you started out, people make a big deal of the fact that it was like, oh, you wore a dress on the cover of an album. In retrospect, were you trying to be provocative, or was that just kind of naturally like the way you came up?
I think it was just like making people mad.
Like by design.
Provocative to a man is crazy. I think I was just doing it like just making people mad.
Like intentionally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was fun. And where did it come from? Where did the idea come from?
I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of my ideas come from UI Scooty.
The stars.
Just come from fucking
outer space. Now I think when people kind of write the history of this era, they give you a ton of credit for that, bringing that super like melodic trap sound to maybe like more of the mainstream of rap.
I'm the first to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Because I always think that I was the first to do things, but then I'll see like, oh, fuck, I see history and it's just like, damn, they did that. Like, it's crazy.
But it felt like you were the first to do it.
I like that. What he did right here for y'all to understand is he know he's the first to do it with the hip hop generation, but then you're always gonna have, you know, people that know from before somebody that did it similar. And yes, he might have heard them and it might have triggered him to do the mumble rap that he do now. But the bottom line is it goes back to he's trying to clean it up so that he don't have to get into an argument of them saying, this one did it before you. You said you was the first. That's why he said that every time you think you're the first, then you look back and then you find something else. So he did that perfect to clean that up. I just wanted to point that out. Because like I said, this program is sponsored by Cashbox, and this is a gangster channel. And we got to give you the real gangster.
Yeah. A lot of that early stuff was like Rich Gang. It was like with Rich Homie Quan. Why did that partnership end?
I think we just grew and became our own bosses and men, and then we just like we didn't want to keep doing like the Rich Gang albums. We were getting bigger, so it's like I want to like
do my own thing,
my own shit. I want to like
you wanted to do your own thing.
I think he did. I was okay with it, but because I feel like I love music, but I don't care about song. I'll have a #1 hit record song, and I'll put you on it. I don't care.
Right.
It's just like, so what? Whoever goes to the top with you, go to the top. I don't care. I never was the guy that cared about that type of stuff. So I would have been okay with just like keep doing it, and it didn't. We still was dropping our own music at the same time of doing that. So it's just like it really was bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess like everybody couldn't see that, so people just do things, make mistakes.
Do you hear your influence now?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you hear that you're like, oh, that's me?
I don't want to say everything, but like, and the crazy part is I can't say that everybody like do something that I did, because it was a lot of things that I did in the beginning that somebody else did, but I never knew they did it.
Mm.
I just like did it.
What things?
You see what I'm saying? See how he cleaned that up? I like that. Y'all need to pay attention to what he's saying here, because he already know when he say he the first for this, first for that, he know that rat bastards and flip-flop weird and public trolls, they're coming. No, you didn't do it first. This one do it first. That's why he said that somebody else might have done it, before he did it, but he didn't know. He just did it. Pay attention. Y'all getting jewels here, man. Sponsored by Cashbox.
Example of that.
Like wearing a dress. I never saw nobody wear a dress.
Yeah.
There
So
you
like
go.
maybe somebody did, but you never saw it. Yeah.
Then as soon as I did it, people like, oh, Andre 3000, this and that, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy did it, and this guy did it. And just like, oh, now everybody did shit.
So they actually have a conversation about which grown men wore dress first. Somebody put it in the comments, because I'm a little confused now. They having a conversation about which grown man wore dress first. It's just a question. What do y'all think about that? Put it in the comments. All right.
So I can't say, people flows or people like rhythms and things just 100% come from me. I think that it can.
But like if you listen to the radio now, you're like, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's me.
Yeah, you hear some shit and you just like, for sure. Me, for sure. Like you never sounded like that, or you never rapped like that.
What about style? Do you see your influence in that?
I wore skinny jeans when everybody wore big jeans.
The other one that comes to mind is like the choker, right? Where it's like the big chain becomes like the small chain.
Right. I just never liked long chains back then. I got a lot of long chains now, but back then I never liked long chains. So I was probably the first rapper ever cutting chains, you know. But I see like old videos from like 94, 93 with Tupac, and he have on the short chain. So it's like, damn, like I thought I was the first person doing it.
You know? I like
do you know where it's going? I mean, I feel like maybe I'm looking at where it's going style-wise, but do you like think people watch you very closely in terms of like what you're wearing?
Yeah. I'm just like one of the people that just like opened those doors for like us. Like people probably was scared to wear a dress, you know, until me. The first time it happened was obviously Andre 3000 and whoever was before him, but this generation, this fucking time, I'm the person for that, you know?
I guess it would be natural.
Damn, it sounded like he took it personal that he wore the dress first though, right? I'm just asking.
To want things to be the way they were before. You know what I'm saying? Like before all this stuff happened. Are you okay? Like if it's different now?
Yeah. Because it's different for like for better.
You think so?
Yeah. In certain ways, you know. I'm smarter, I'm older. I know what jail feels like. I know what, you know, faults, betrayals. I know what everything feels like, and I know like how to go forward.
I don't think anybody would opt for 2 years in prison, longest criminal trial in Georgia history. No one would choose to go through that. But do you feel at peace with all that stuff at this point?
Yeah. I felt at peace with it when I was going through it. It's just the probation part that's like kind of stupid to me. But like I felt peace the whole time. Like I wasn't stressed at all. I really was chilling. I guess I just knew subconsciously that wasn't the end for me. Because I got bigger plans for me.
So you felt peace then. How do you feel now?
I feel peace. Absolutely. I feel like more peace now. Like you can move with almost nothing over your head, you know. You got probation, but that's really nothing. I'm not going to violate probation, you know. Almost like fully peaceful. Once probation over, then it's like, okay, cool, you know.
Then it's full peace.
For sure.
And until then?
It's 90%.
But maybe we'll take 90%.
Absolutely. I'll take 10% peace.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
About being rich and sad, but maybe.
So what do y'all think about that joint with Young Thug? Where he coming from? Somebody let me know. I'm a little confused here. You know, Young Thug has always been different, the first to do things. I heard him first when I was locked up with Rich Homie Quan. I ain't gonna front. I used to put that joint on my ears and work out like a demon. You know what I mean? That was like a DMX song for that generation, you know, or like a LL Cool J Rock the Bells for that generation, you know? See, I just took you back a few generations, but, you know, I just wanted to drop this so y'all could see what it was about. I'm not going to be on here too long because I got some things to do. It's Sunday. I just wanted to give y'all something. All right.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. Did not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio.
Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. And we gon' do it like we gon' do it like we keep it moving like we gotta do it like
Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.